9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, quick keepers of all ages, please put down your pythons, hoses, and direct your attention over the screen. It's time for the rock pile. Pile it on in here, all your gems and jewels. Oh my gosh. So sorry. My bad. Totally my bad. I just outside getting ready to mow the lawn, and I got a phone call from um, my keeper. It said, "Where are you?" Here I am. Here I am. How do you do? Oh my gosh. I apologize. Normally I mow my lawn on Wednesdays because my trash day is on Thursday, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and I haven't mowed my lawn in a while. So I was gonna mow my lawn. I was like, got it in my head, like, oh, I should probably mow my lawn, and picked up all the dog poop, reeled in the hose, and then I thought, wait, it's 4th of July this week on Thursday on trash pickup day. There's not gonna be any trash pickup. I can mow on Thursday and then get it on. Oh, I like doing it where I don't have the smelly bag in my garage. So you mow it and you just put it out at the curb. It's perfect. So I'm just gonna wait till Thursday. I'm gonna wait till 4th of July. Which what are you doing Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time? You should be going to Foxy Fish's channel to see a certain Mr. Claus. Mr. Claus. He will be stopping by Foxy Fishes to hang out with some mermaids and give away some excellent prizes provided by you, the Fish Fam community. So please stop by Foxy Fishes, 7 p.m. Eastern, every Thursday this month, especially this Thursday, 2 days, 2 sleeps, 2 sleeps. Eee! I'm so excited. Um, I always have so much fun over there, and I see Foxy's. The links are already set up, so that's awesome. But yeah, so sorry, I apologize for the lateness. But it has been a crazy 2 weeks. I know I wasn't on last week, but that was because I was in the UP. Oh my gosh, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is gorgeous beyond belief. We saw not one, but two bears. Oh, it was so cool. It was awesome. The first bear we saw was by Miners Castle, the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, and I was going arguably faster than I probably should have. So we come around this turn, and there's like not a baby bear, but not an adult bear, but like a juvenile teenager bear, just standing on the road and just kind of reared up on his two the two back legs, looked at us and went "Ah!" and scampered off into the bush. But it was a good thing I was going faster than I should have been because there was a car not 2 seconds later came over the hump the other way, so he would have seen the bear and scared it away. I think it all worked out. And then the other one, again, I was going too fast, but the bear must have heard us coming because I came around the corner and I just saw like a black butt of a bear, and I go bear and point out on Gina's side, and we both look as after this big clump of grass, a big adult bear goes bounding. We see it for there's like a 4 foot gap between the vegetation and the tree line, and you could just see this huge bear go whoa, into the woods. Like, oh, it's a huge bear, and oh my gosh, like not a lot of people are gonna uh, be as excited, but I had a total birdgasm over a sharp-tailed grouse. If anybody knows grouse, they're extreme. They're forest chickens, pretty much. They're like miniature little plump birds that live in and out of forests and leks and whatever you have, well, grasslands, everything. Well, we did have the greater prairie chicken here in Michigan, but it was extirpated in the 70s, early 80s, so that they're all out west now and down south. But so we're driving along and we're coming up to where like H58 meets Grand Marais, and you actually have to make like a physical right. And I'm coming up and I'm like, oh, is that a dead grouse on the road? And I go, That's not a grouse. That's standing up. So I get back to my binoculars. Look, it's a sharp-tailed grouse. Ah! So it's just frozen on the road because that's its defense mechanism is to just freeze. So we, Gina, we're in the car. The kids are passed out. We slowly drive up to it, and nobody's around. So I get over in the other lane because it's in my lane. So I get over it's on the right hand side. So I get over on the left lane. I put down Gina window, and I go, put your head down, put your head out, take a look at it. And so grouses, they rely on their camouflage so much so that they will allow predators to get within inches of them and then explode. And I don't know if their wings make a noise or if they physically like, but when they do their huge flight, I call it explosion flight because it's just like all of a sudden an explosion of feathers. Rough grouse did that to me in northern Oakland County, freaked up out of me. So I would drive up. I go, pick your head out and see if it's still there. And so as soon as she sticks her head out, the bird back into the woods. I went, ah! Oh, it was awesome. But a sharp-tailed grouse, super hard to see, super hard to find. They love just chilling in the forest. Easy to see in sharp-tailed grouse. 2 bears. Yeah, Gina just poked her head around the corner. But that's 2 bear. Yeah. Oh yeah, 3 deer and a fox. Oh my gosh, it could have been a fisher. Could have been a fisher. It was pretty far ahead on the road. It was large. It was big, but it wasn't like wolf big. If you know, like there's 3 huge mammals that I really wanted to see was moose, bear, and wolf. Anytime I go up to the UP, I've never seen any of them. I saw a bear this time, so I'm like, moose, come on, moose. But never got the moose. But it's we had a blast with the kids. Did awesome. We were worried about bathroom emergencies, and we only did 2 bushwees, and they had iron bladders. It was awesome. It was a great road trip. We did get in an accident on the way up there. Great road trip. We did get in an accident. Piece of drywall. Somebody didn't secure drywall on their truck, and a piece, the boards like poop poop hit. They were like in slots, but the boards weren't like strapped down in the slots, so they were jostling around. And a corner piece broke off, landed right in my lane. And I had cars on either side of me, so I couldn't swerve. So I broke as fast as I could, couldn't stop. Hit it. Luckily, didn't it popped the front parking sensor out, but just pushed that back in. But the guy was such a dick. He was such an a-hole. Where um we pull over at the next exit at the gas station. I tell Gina to call the police. I get out to talk to the guy, and by the time I get out of my car, he's already at the front of my car trying to wipe off evidence and trying to put the sensor back in. I go, whoa, 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 don't touch my car. Like, don't touch my car till the police get here. And he's like, oh, you're calling the police? Well, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, you didn't secure your load and it flew off and hit my car. He's like, well, I have my load secure. Don't be an asshole. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Get away from my car. He goes back to his truck. I go back to my car. Call the police because Gina apparently didn't. So I call the police and tell them all about what happened. They're like, all right, we'll send an officer. Hour later, they finally come out, and the officer gave us the complaint and everything like that. But the guy was an absolute a-hole after causing the accident. But we found that not at fault at all, and I assume he was cited for illegal or not strapping your load down or something like that. But apparently there's like 60% of freeway accidents. I I don't want to quote wrong stuff, but some percentage of highway accident, high percentage of highway accidents are caused by loose loads. Phrasing. By unsecured loads. Still horrible, but still had a great time. That was the only hiccup. and we borrowed my dad's car, so we were driving my dad's car. Like, oh no. But it doesn't seem to be any damage. I don't know if he's gonna file a insurance report, but I love driving. I absolutely love driving. That's why I still said it was an amazing road trip because I got to drive H58 between Munising and Grand Marais. Is this super windy? Not there is some elevation change, but there's not a lot of elevation. It's not like M22. M22 has way more elevation change, but it's way more windy, curvy. And I was channeling my inner TJ Autocross and racing, where I'll go over and check out Todd's channel. He just posted another um, a track day. I was gonna say race day, but more like track day um, film, which is just I'm so jelly of. And I 5 times of those 5 times, I was only trapped behind a car for like 4 minutes or something like that, and it takes about an hour. It should be an hour and a half, but about an hour for me to drive that. And oh my gosh, just hitting those turns. They have a bunch of like little windy ones, and I love that you um, can go like thank goodness there were no police because I'm going on the wrong side of the road for turns and everything like that. But it was definitely go during the week. Probably during the weekends it's probably going to be way busier, but um, it was awesome, especially the final day on Thursday because Gina's like, I really want to see Sable Falls. I'm like, I won't have to twist my arm to drive that and back. And I went to Deer Park in the Upper Peninsula, which is not even like an actual city. It's super tiny, and but I drove back roads, county roads. I dead reckoned using my Google Maps, which I'm super proud of because a lot of roads were like, oh yeah, now this turns into a 2-track, and you need an ORV sticker. I'm in my dad's car, like, I'm not gonna tense up that. Let's follow this county road, see where it goes on the map. Okay, hopefully this gets us over, but I dead reckoned, got through that. Uh, but it was an awesome week in the UP with the babes. I was terrified to leave my eggs, um, my L183s. I was terrified that they were gonna diminish their yolk before they actually needed to be let go, but it was perfect. Came back Friday, and they the one that was the closest. Oh, champ! Now you need to go out, bud. All right, you're almost 12. I'm not gonna argue with you. Let's see if I can get the screen. Yeah, I did it. There goes my back. Yes, Scotty, why are you screaming? My chat is actually at the bottom. All right, let's go to participants. I really need to put that in my favorites. Let's go to fishfam.link. Make sure if you're not already a Patreon member. Fishfam. Why does it want to take me to SLC? Susan's. It wants to take me to SLC Quad. Oh, it takes me anyway. I'm not arguing. Let me sign in. Should have had this already set up, but I was gonna mow the lawn. Mow the lawn. Search participants, string participants. Select the live stream. Plants! We gotta get to that. That's right. The actual reason why I'm here. 16 people. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for being here. Tommy! Silver Creek's. Silver Creek's. Oh, good. He made it in. Okay. Now I gotta get a shot. I got it up. Retzel Fritzel. Or I can scoop. See my cool shirt? Hopefully it doesn't mess up the focus. Kinda did. Oh, I'm back. You can see my shirt better here. Metalhead Mayhem. 18 people. Me oh my oh me. We have Tommy, with Silver Creek's Aquatics, Silver Creek's Wildlife. 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 Yes, quails. Quail. Oh, God, Doug. A quail man. Gabriel's glass boxes, or what's left of him. Please give Gabriel a great round of applause and motivation to keep going on his weight loss journey. Lord knows I got to get some of this out of here. We have Zenny, the Zenjinja. Oh God, what was I going to tell Zenny? How? Don't remember. I don't remember. I love you, Zenny. Oh, that's right. I remember what I was going to tell. You're awesome, Zenny. We love you. You're so great. We love and appreciate you. Squirt tears. Andy Carson, thank you for being here. All right. I don't have an envelope. I won't do the Carson joke. But Andy, thank you so much for being here. We have Jenna. I fell off a cliff. Jenna P, 2005. I think she's back from Disney. I believe also we have a P anniversary coming up. What number is it? 702. You knew they were vampires, right? Everybody knows the P's. No. Well, putting it out there. Adam McReynolds, good to see you. Very cool thing I learned about Adam today on Rico's stream is that he works for animal control for the county, or he's head of animal control for the county that he lives in, which is super cool and awesome. I can only imagine day to day in that job is equal parts rewarding / horrifying if you find hoarders and things like that, and also reuniting people with their lost family members and whatnot. And we have a net buck-quack, Mystery Snail. The reason why this stream is happening, Mystery Snail Guardians gave me a little jingle jangle. Like, WTF, mate. But I am tired. We'll take a nap. And then fire the missile. I am really tired. But thank you very much, Nat, for reminding me. And Stephen P, 2003. I hope you remembered to eat while Jenna was in Disney, having a great time. One of the perks of the jobs of being a travel agent is testing out the digs. I don't know. I don't know about this place. I better go and make sure. I don't want to be recommending and booking my guests at a place that I haven't, had a wonderful, relaxing time without my family. No, Jenna, you deserve it, and we love you. Dennis Christensen, someone who I'm excited to see at the Keystone Clash. First week in October. Kids are pumped for it so much because I think we drove like 6 or 7 hours to get to the UP. I told them we were going to be driving for 9 hours. Ava on the way home was a little over it. Driving home for the last like hour and a half, she was like, "Oh my God, I would just be done." But we get to drive through tunnels and drive into mountains. That's what I was explaining to Max. Max is so pumped. He's like, "We're gonna be driving through mountains?" Oh my gosh! I'm like, "Yep, we're gonna be dwarves. Don't worry, none of them are the Misty Mountains. We're not going to Moria." Who else do we have? But excited to see Dennis, Dapper Dennis, there at the Clash. And another person we'll see is Big Steve. Big Steve. I was looking over some of the giveaways for. I got some things to talk about Thursday, and I'd just like to thank Big Steve. Supposed to shout out Big Steve. You guys got to come to Foxy Stream to see what I'm talking about. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But go to Foxy Fish's Fishmas in July, 7 p.m. Eastern Time to see why I'm thanking Steve. And Jay Nano Aquarium guy. Jay, I gotta check out. I don't know why, but my phone. I have you on like the bell with the things over it for everything. I gotta check out and see if you've put out a new video lately because Jay's Nano Aquarium guy's quality is up there with um Flew the Flower Flew the Flower Horn. I don't know if you guys have ever checked out any videos from Flew the Flower Horn, but they have great, super relaxing. If you're ever in a funk or anything and you just want to get out of your own head, Nano Aquarium guy is one of my go-to channels because I can just get lost in those scapes. Oh my god, amaze balls! And thank you so much for being here, Nano. Loves yes. And then we have my lobster, Foxy, 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 lobster, lobster, lobster. Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. So excited, Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. Oh my gosh, I get to hang out with Dee Dee and Foxy. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. The world. And we have Nathan. Nathan, I am going to thoroughly vet this chat, and I mean this. What I said on Stevens. Every mention is another month. Every mention. No, hopefully I'm getting double paid or triple paid this month. I'm getting paid twice this month and once on the second. So there's a good chance. And I gotta throttle my wife to get those shirts because it was super fun. Because I don't want to be pushy. Be like, hey, you haven't made those shirts for me yet. Because she keeps getting orders from her friends because something happens to where like the Lions were doing awesome, and so everybody like she made a Lions shirt, and all her friends were like, "We want Lions shirts." And then what else was happening? Christmas came around. Everybody wanted Christmas shirts. Oh gosh. And then the ALS charity dinner was coming up in February, so everything was going crazy with that. And then I don't know, probably seasonal stuff. But the other day, I had mentioned it to her. She's like, "Oh, that's right, your shirt." So don't worry, Nathan, Mr. Lovey Dovey Heavy, Lovey Dovey Heavy, Lovey Dovey Heavy. They're coming, they're coming. And then my empire of dirt, Aquatics, Mr. Jeff Kane, 9 Inch Nails. Every single time I hear that song now, I think of Rick and Morty when Rick goes to turn himself in and whatnot. I don't remember the name of the song. Maybe it is Empire of Dirt. But excellent name change, Mr. Kane. Excellent name. And we have Fish Fam link again. Please go to fishfam.link. Become a Patreon. You get awesome perks that I'm using right now, like my participants list, giveaway tools. You're helping other fish keepers connect with other fish keepers, find help. I'm a very passive. I love helping, like, but I feel like I'm not a very active helper. But it's a great way to be a passive helper because you're helping Matt with the cost of web hosting and the maintenance and code and development for all these things. And if it just helps one person solve a problem or get connected and make somebody else laugh once, oh yes, please. Shut up and take my money. We have Scotty the Fish Freak, Vanosky Fish Kodo. You already know, though. Scotty's does no, Scotty. Scotty, I'm sorry. Sorry, Vanosky. I'll come back to you. But Scotty the Fish Freak, Scotty Too Hottie, Mr. Maestro for the Cuisson Clanche, please check it out. I'll be there. Fan will be there. Um, God, if the breeding cycles for these L183s match up again, they should be breeding right in about time for for the clash. So I'm gonna have to tell. I think Gina has her sister-in-law staying here at the house again, um, to watch the dog and in the house. Like, yeah, just, can you send me pictures of the fish daily? That'd be cool. Yeah, I did that. All right. Vinosky Fish Kodo. You already know though. I just wanted to do it twice because I love that song. You can drop the fish Kodo, but I'm not. I will not. One show award left to be sponsored. Spread the word. Bring the Plecos to the show. Win awards. Sell in the auction. Actually, my plans were to. I technically have a sorority of Pisto females in my 75 right now. So I had gotten Borrelii, and a male and two females from my local pet store, and the male passed away. So I still have two females in my 75. And then I ordered a trio of, I always want to say Hongi because I used to um, uh, breed and sell in Buna, but Hung Sloai, that's what it is. Hung Sloai Red Trio. And about 2 weeks after I got the trio, I kind of like back of my head, I'm like, why is that female like performing for the other female? And I'm go, oh no, I think I got two males and a female. And so the next morning, they were both dead. The both the definite male and then the sleeper male. Maybe still could have been a female, and they were just jostling. I don't really know that much about Episto behavior, but the definite male and the pseudo male were both dead. So I'm like, well, shit. And it's 2 weeks after the fact, and I'm not going to go to Dan's Fish and be like, I have no evidence of this, but I want my money back or a replacement fish. I'm not a complainer. I should have taken pictures or something like that. And hell, I even know um, Dan's uh, Dan's Fish customer service might have even been like, well, you're an awesome human being. We're not gonna jip you for it. But again, I'd rather have my money stay at Dan's Fish than come back to my bank account. But I was so sad. So then I put the female in my 29 gallon. She murdered I thought almost all the snails. And then I put her in the 20 gallon with the plecos. But then the babies happened, so I didn't want to eat any of those. So I put her in with the Borrelii, and I'm like, all right, she's not murdering because the Hunxlei is much bigger than the Borrelii females, almost twice the size. And so I'm like, all right, she's not murdering them. Cool. She's kind of like, get the hell out of my way whenever they get nearby, but she's not chasing them up into a corner like behind the filter intake tube or anything like that. So, um, and then so I had those three, and then I saw at my local fish store that they had a uh, a Panduro pair. So I got those. Was awesome. I think I put a video out where they were breeding, and I never ever saw the babies or whatnot. And the male just passed away 2-3 weeks ago. No idea why. So actually, I do believe I know why is because I wasn't doing huge water changes every now and again. I was just doing like 50-60% water changes and then adding more calcium and then doing 50-60 percent water change, then adding more calcium and 50-60, adding, not taking 100% water out or like 98 or something like that. Or at least having the pumping the water out while pumping fresh water in so that it does dilute it, but there's more of a chance that old water is being sucked out, being replaced by new. So now ever since I've done that, I've had 0 deaths. Do that once a month, where each tank I take it down to where my 50, where I would for 50 or 60%, and then fill it almost all the way back up, and then turn the pump on, which takes water out faster than the water goes in. And Um, so I leave that on, leave it all the way back down to like just not like 70% or 80%, like right just above my heater, so I don't have to unplug my heaters. And so once I see that, I unplug the pump, take that out of the water, and let it fill all the way back up um, again. And with my oh gosh, not my GH meter, TDS meter. That's how I've been able to really see a difference in my tank where it'll go down. What was it, like 900? Or Jeff, I think it actually was Jeff Kane. I was breeding, my whiptails were breeding, and I'm like, I never see babies. I don't know if the eggs calcify or whatnot. I was like, what is my TDS? And it was like 800 or 900 something. Like, damn! So I did that, and now I got it down to like 200 or like 250 or something like that. And fish are a lot happier, and I had no like unexplained deaths. Like, so I highly recommend um, doing big water changes like that at least once a month to cleanse the system. Cleanse the system, and if you can, like um, I have canister filters, and so the first time I did it, I did everything. I tested everything, and like for my 75, it was 202 something, and then I turned my filter back on, and it was like up to 400 like in an hour, and I'm like, ooh, remember it test TDS test or inorganic and organic solids. So I'm like, well, it could either be um, just poop, turn on and off your filter. It's gonna disturb stuff. There's gonna flush poop in the water, but I was like, screw it. I'm not taking the chance. I'm doing it all again with the filter on. So now I do it with all the filters on until it gets just above the filter intake, and then I fill it, stop the pump, turn it back on. But Benoski fish. Oh, so how the fuck did I get here? Uh, um, the sorority of Pistos. So I was thinking like, why don't I was like, oh, I could just take them back to the fish store and get credit. And I'm like, or I could register them at um in the fish show at Keystone Clash, and I was like, ooh, I'm super, super excited. Maybe I will, because these are some beautiful females. But I'm just so excited that I have three different Apisto species in one tank, all the females, and they're all just chillaxing. When they've never had like an absolute true fight, and the Hong Sloi is way bigger than the Panduro or the Borellii. So Hung Sloi really rules the roost. But when I put the Pandoro in there a week or two, they were like chasing each other around the tank, kind of figuring out who's boss. And for like 2 days, the Pandoro was boss, and she lord it. She chased everybody. It reminded me back of Mbuna. It's like, oh god, the tank boss changed. Like, and so she's trying to assert her dominance on everybody, and then 2 days later, the Hung Sloi was out. I'm like, where the hell is the Panduro? And I look back between, um, oh god, I don't want to say Hostifolia. Maybe it is Hostifolia. Um, I can never remember anything that I'm supposed to. Oh, not Bucephalandra. It's a stem plant. Hygrophilia. Which sounds like you like have a sexual attraction to water. Like, oh god. See Jerry? He's a hygrophiliac. Ugh. What it does with that water? Ew. So um I see her hiding behind there. I'm like, oh thank God, Hong Sloi is back in charge. Hong Sloi is tough but fair. Stay out of her way, she doesn't care. You get in her way, she's gonna flare your fins. You still stay there, she's gonna chase you. But she's tough but fair. But that I think that I might bring the Apistos in, Scotty. And we have Zaya. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Llewellyn. And we have Nancy B in Tennessee. If you're not on Fishcord, get on Fishcord. She has such beautiful shots of her. I don't lilies and lotus. I think it's lotus. I don't know if Kelly had the lotus or she had the lotus, but her pond plants are blooming and they're a gorge balls. It's like all the amazing plants. I got to get my garden up in there because it's blooming. Bee bomb's going. Coneflowers are popping. Coneflower. I created a coneflower cove in one of my squares, so I want to, because it was just all taken over by violets. So I tore all those out last year and removed some coneflowers had here in Coneflower Corner and moved them over to Coneflower Cove. A lot of coneflowers around here. So what else we got? We have Mexicali. Jorge! Bienvenido, mi amigo! Good to see you. Good to see you. It's so funny because Gina's maiden name is Martinez. And so we, like the first time we go to like a family gathering, we all sing happy birthday to, I think it was my nephew Colin was turning 7 or 8 or something like that, and so everybody sings happy birthday, and then one of the tios starts singing it in Spanish, and so I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, so feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños a ti, and it's so hilarious because Colin, 7-year-old, why does he know Spanish? Like, it's so fun. Put yourself in a 70, like, oh, all those guys are Mexican. That's I understand why, but he's white as hell. Why the hell does he know Spanish? Took 4 years, son. 4 years. So I can pretty much say, ¿Dónde el baño? Where is the baño? ¿Dónde es? And my favorite phrase to say in Spanish, like telenovela, is ¿Cuándo? ¿Cuándo hace frío? ¿Cuándo? Which literally means when it's cold. ¿Cuándo? ¿Cuándo hace frío? ¿Cuándo? But hilarious. Eric, if you catch up in chat and see this, I'm not stressing over it. Oh, that's a mention. That's a mention. It was weeks. Now it's graduated a month. Nathan, it might go to years. Years if it keeps getting. I'm a horrible human being. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nathan. I apologize. Where was I? Jorge, thank you so much for being here, sir. Ben Sharp. Have you been here before? I don't know. I have no memory apparently when I come onto the stream. So I apologize if you have been here, but thank you so much for being here. And I'd like to take this time to thank everybody for being here, especially Ben Sharp and the lurkers, the replayers, the mods, the participants. Thank you so much for spending your most valuable resource here with me, time. I appreciate it. I love you. El fish tanks. Thank you. I'm going to do these last few too because I have 5 more minutes in my stream and I haven't got through Mark Sterlson. Mark down under. Good to see you. Good to see you. And J Rock does stuff. And Bionic Bigfoot Dennis. Good to see you. I hope you are here. J Rock does stuff. I need to catch up on your channel too because yours is a great distressor too. Watching trains. Always love watching trains. My dad had a model train set. Only was allowed to come out at Christmas. Come to find out, I thought that was my dad's rule. That was my mom's rule. Because if it was up to my dad, that train would have been out year round and he would have spent way too much money on locomotives, boxcars, decorations. We had a tunnel, that fake grass he put out. We had it all, but that was only allowed at Christmas. Come to find out, mom's rule, not dad's. I was like, Dad, this is so much fun. We are having so much fun. Why can't we have fun? Get that train set out. No, we can't get it out. He wouldn't say why. Like, oh, okay. He didn't want to whine that his wife was stifling his hobby. Gina, you hear that? More fish tanks. I actually got one of my 6 gallons out of the basement, put it up next to my 20 gallon, and I didn't get yelled at. So the next time I have eggs, I think I might have its own its own incubator tank instead of having incubating in the 29 gallon. I think I'm going to saw down the acrylic lifter tubes so that it fits in the 6 gallon, and we can rock it out from there. But J-Rock, go check out J-Rock's for trains. Bionic, Bigfoot, Dennis, I hope you are here. And Mickum! Mickum! Good to see you, Mickum. I love Mickum. Mickum? Damn near killed him. All right, let's start with the chat for 3 minutes. We have, okay. Oh, God. Eric, you know you're not live yet. Yes. Do it now. Do it now. Do it. You got to go live. You have to go live now. Yeah. Listen to your body and press the live button. Max just asked Eric, what's cocaine? Thanks, Steven. Oh God, poor little guy. He came up to me today and he's like, so Dad, we're going to Pennsylvania. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, who's all gonna be there? And I was listing everybody who's gonna be there. And he goes, is Myrtle gonna be there? And I go, oh no, he'll be there in spirit and he'll be there in our hearts. And he goes, oh, that makes me sad. Like, me too. I just want to fall into his arms and cry as well. Like, me too, bud, me too. And I didn't have the heart to tell him about Jennifer Weaver or any of the other amazing people that we've lost this year. 2024. That's all I'm saying is that. But Max stuck a dagger into my heart. Or what is that? I forget the author, but they describe pain as a big red ball in a small room, and every time that ball touches the side of the room, it's just like ah. So in the beginning, grief, the ball is huge. It's always touching the sides. It's always ah. But gradually, the ball shrinks, and you can kind of move around. But then you touch the wall, and it's ah. The ball shrinks and shrinks, and then you get to move around, and every now and again you touch the wall, and like I just felt like Max just was like full ball, like oh Myrtle, no. And so whenever he does that, I bring up a What the Plants episode or Rico's Focus On, and we watch Myrtle, and he goes, I miss Myrtle, and I go, oh, me too, and we sit there and we deal with our emotions together. It's awful, but helpful, because each time it happens, I don't want to say I'm getting desensitized to it, but I'm getting more and more able to not tear up and scream and cry. Okay, I'm gonna get a refund. I'll take him an extra hour just to get through the chat before he goes. Too true, Andy. Too true. How was your shid? Oh, we're back. We're back because we got the Santa Claus. You can move. Oh, don't put the user in timeout. You can move on after dark. That's right. Don't click click on the other side. Spotlight. Put the spotlights on the yard. No, my neighbor didn't realize that I just always mow on Wednesday. Like, always mow on Wednesday. And so he seemed to always mow on Tuesday. So, like, he thought we were in some lawn war, and I'm like, dude, not at all. Like, all my my lawn is white clover. Oh gosh, I just learned trefoil. I think it's trefoil. Um, Plantain, wild plantain. Like, it's just all beneficial plants that's gonna make my grass grow bigger. And so his yard, direct sun, no weeds, weed applicant, doesn't water, and it's just brown, like dormant right now. And my yard is green as fuck with clover and trefoil and all the wild plantains, and the grass is growing great, growing up I haven't mowed in 3 weeks or whatnot, and I don't think my lawn is over like 5 or 6 inches, which 8 is like, I'd let it go I wouldn't mow. But, city says 8 inches, so gotta keep it at 8. But, yes. Hello! I made it. Bear hauling ass. That was so good. That's the first wild bear I've ever seen. So cool. Yes, grouse, literally a forest chicken. Yeah, there were a lot more, but they've been around here. Their habitat, they were hunted. I don't know if they were hunted to um, when they go extinct in a certain area. It's uh, exportation, or I forget the word of it. But when they go extinct in a certain area, so that like turkey here in Metro Detroit, they were extirpated. That's what it's called, extirpated. They were hunted to extinction in this area, and then the habitat was completely wiped out, turned into farm field, all that jazz. So urban areas and farm fields. So um, the turkeys we have here in Metro Detroit are actually descendants of turkeys from Pennsylvania. They were trucked in from Pennsylvania and whatnot. And I never thought, once I got into birds, I've come to find out like all these introduced birds like ringneck pheasants. I thought we just had pheasants, around ringneck pheasants. No, they're from Asia, and they were brought here as game birds by rich people who wanted to hunt something fancy. So once they killed all the other game birds, we gotta hunt something. Let's bring in some pheasants. So uh, the ringneck pheasants are not native to North America. Mute swans, white swans with the orange bill, that you see in your local neighborhood park, not native. Those were brought here by rich people who wanted swans year round. We do have native swans here in the U.S. The trumpeter swan and tundra swan, and they are only down here for the winter. So, and then they go up to um, um, the taiga, the boreal forests, ponds, and I don't know if trumpeters go all the way to uh, the tundra, but tundra swans obviously. So they uh, they only stay down here for winter. So the rich people, they wanted swans all year round. So they got mute swans, and most of the time, as long as they had suitable habitat, these mute swans would stay on the pond that you introduce them to. And the only problem with that is mute swans are horribly territorial. I mean, horribly territorial. And their wing beats is how they defend their nests, is by hissing and biting and whatnot, but also by striking with their wings, and it's strong enough to break your arm, famously. Um, and in England, I think the queen swans like injure people all the time because they're so defensive of their little area. But it's not just for humans; it's also native wildlife. So, like the American black duck has suffered heavily because of this, um, and habitat loss, everything else factored into it. But every time someone's like, "Oh my gosh, you're a birder! Those beautiful swans!" I'm like, "Those are rats. Those are total rat." Like I look at it as like you are like lured into a false sense. It's Jeffrey Dahmer, pretty much. That's how I look at mute swans. Is Jeffrey Dahmer? It's like, oh, he's so handsome and charming, or Ted Bundy, one of the charming ones. oh, oh, Ted Bundy, come on in. You look like a nice guy. Come on in. You're not gonna kill me. Oh God, you're killing me. That's kind of mute swans. So not everything beautiful is good for the environment. Oh God. All right. I should go. Gina is going to meet a friend who's in from South Carolina. Actually, she is the friend who's also my friend, um, who gave me a bunch of her aquarium stuff when she moved down to South. I almost said South America, South Carolina. So I'm gonna stay home with the babes, and she's gonna go have a drink. But oh my god, it's so amazing! So amazing that you saw Baby Boost when you were driving to the UP. It was so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. Eric was both those Bushwies, not the kids. They were the kids. Max, I think this might have been his first time peeing outside. Um, it's because whenever we've gone, like he's very particular about his bathroom needs. So can't blame the kid. You want privacy and security in your most vulnerable time. I'm not gonna push it. So he did a bushwee and did great, and Ava did a bushwee with mommy and had to get a new pair of pants. Didn't go so great. So um, yes, I'm sorry that I don't know how you can lose your load and you be the asshole. Like I understand your insurance or you're gonna be getting a ticket or whatnot, but like I had my family in the car, bro. Like I was adrenaline up. And this guy called me an asshole, like, "Oh, fuck yourself." Yeah, bastard. Um, but yes, I will end it on this. Um, whatchamacallit? Thursday at 7, Foxy Fishes, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. Come have fun. Come win some free stuff. Come support the Fish fam. Come laud all your love and attention on Foxy and Dee Dee because they truthfully deserve it and are amazing human beings and mermaids. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, thank you to lurkers, replayers, mods, participants, and for spending your most precious resource that you have, time, with me. What we got? Any quick updates? The red lizard, whiptail catfish are on eggs again. Hopefully, with the lower TDS, maybe they'll hatch. And then I'm keeping a close eye on them because when they get to wigglers, I might just throw them in that 6 gallon. Angelfish might be breeding or might be pairing off. Um, I don't think you guys even know I have angelfish because I haven't taken a video in forever. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm trying to get some garden videos because I to take updates, and then I'm really gonna try to talk faster, and then just But then you really just need to what? Anyway, looking at the replay over here, and they just see me. Can't wait for that to get cut. Thanks, Rico. Yeah. But please come visit me on Foxy's. Um, very important. If you want to win, you want to make sure